Well, hello and good morning, two-stroke turbo fans. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my empire of dirt. That's what I call it. My piles of cars that need fixing. They're my own cars, so that's my fault. I work as a mechanic for a living, and I've been doing it for almost 40 years now. Started when I was just out of high school. So this is my shop dog, Stella. You guys have seen her in many videos. She is finding comfort next to our boat propeller that we hit a log last weekend. That was no fun, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This was a really good Spitfire propeller. That was a $300 prop I lost having fun on the river with the kids and the dog. Let's get back to what this video is about. It's about petting our doggie. She really likes it when I scratch her behind the head here. I don't know, there's something good right about there. That's what she likes. And every now and then she'll give us a yawn when she's really comfortable. Stella is a 9-year-old Brittany Spaniel. She's almost 9.5 now. She's in great shape, and I love that dog. I also love what I do. I work on microcars. I work on odd cars, orphan cars, things that you don't normally see. And you don't normally see me because I'm always behind the camera. Nonetheless, we are working on our Isetta, and I think it's time for a deep dive into some technical Isetta idiosyncrasies. Can I say that? Idiosyncrasies? I can't even say it. So let's start off here with the muffler. So this car, I don't know, the guy drives it a lot, and Isettas vibrate a lot. They're a 1-cylinder, 13 horsepower engine, so you have a lot of vibration from that 1-cylinder pop 4-stroke. And I just finished rebuilding his muffler. This inlet pipe, the exhaust goes in this pipe, goes into the muffler, circles back, comes out, actually 2 pipes, and then out to the atmosphere. This pipe shattered and broke off. So this normally was a 1 1/4 inch pipe, and I'll show that to you right here. You can see where it fractured along this line. There must have been some tension on there, and then it finally just sheared off. So I cut that off, and I put on a little bigger pipe. This is 1 1/2 inch, hoping that will give it a little more strength. Also, those crimps might help. And I adapted it back down to 1 1/4, and I put slits in there. We're going to clamp it on, and I'm hoping the clamp will just give it a little bit of flex. So the engine needs to vibrate. That's critical, but it doesn't need to vibrate the exhaust, and I think that's what's been happening. Is the exhaust is so long and has so much leverage that it cracks off. The exhaust is held on by leather straps, which is correct, and the engine has soft rubber mounts. So that's the exhaust thing. And while I had the exhaust out, I was like, I'm going to check the chain. If you guys recall, the last time this car came in, the rear axle had seized up, and we didn't know why. Turns out the chain drive broke, and I'm going to show you. That's the input from the power from the transmission, a little tiny sprocket, and there's a chain that circulates within that case, and that chain case is oiled. And I just checked the oil level here, and I was like, oh, it's a little dirty. I just rebuilt this chain case. So I'm like, well, if that's dirty, there's an issue going on. And sure enough, I'm looking in the inspection cover. This is the hole for the inspection. Let me get my screwdriver here so I can point things. That chain, when I set this up, was directly in the center of that inspection hole. You need to be able to see both sides of that chain. And if you look close, the chain is a little floppy. You see that? The chain should be right about there. You should be able to see that link in the center of the hole. Can't. So what are you going to do? How are you going to fix that? Let's go over here to our chain tensioner. This is our chain tensioner. Get the camera set up here, and you can see it's at the lower end because the chain was brand new. So this hole right here is where the bolt went through, and I'm going to move it to this one. If you rotate this assembly up, effectively there's an egg-shaped or camshaft-shaped eccentric here, and that will tighten the chain. So I'm going to move this one bolt hole to this guy right here and put the bolt in that hole, and that will bring the chain back into alignment right in the middle of this. What happens when the chain is out of alignment is it slaps, and when it slaps, it hits the inside of the case and it'll start to shave the steel chain on the aluminum case, and it fills up the chain case full of debris, and it potentially could spin or spit off of one of the pulleys, the tooth pulleys, or the sprockets as you might call them. Again, there's a ring gear sprocket with teeth here like a dirt bike, but it's enclosed, and same on the front. So I wanted to show you that. To do this chain inspection, usually once they're set up, you don't have to check it very often, once a year, once every couple of years. This guy drives his car a lot. I'm really glad that I caught this, and I'm really glad that I'm adjusting it. You got to take the rear tire off, you got to take this inspection cover off, and you got to loosen and adjust here with your tensioner. So that's our tech tip for the day. I know you guys, some of you guys like Isetta stuff, and that may save you. You do not want to be broken down the side of the road. We're going to put this new muffler on. It's all painted, fresh. I'm waiting for it to dry. Get the chain tightened the way I want it, and a few other little bits, and we're going to take it for a drive. And you may be lucky enough to go on that drive with me. That is, if you click on the video. You'll have to do that. It's going to be another video following this one. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Someday I'll be able to get to work on my beautiful cars that are just sitting around here, always working on somebody else's car. That's just the way life goes.